As we're getting ready to bring in our RSBN crowd, they're moving forward. Oh my goodness! Wait a minute. Did I do? Yeah, I did. Okay, all right. I just want to make sure I got everything straight before I even go into tonight. Let me introduce Miss Angel Fleming. What's up, Angel?
Hey, Wayne.
Hey, girl. What's up?
Hi. I know we got a lot to get into tonight, but I just want to say it's a very frustrating day. I just want to say that between Tim Kaine and Obama's Civil Rights Commission report, it's just insane.
Tim Kaine, who just apologized for slavery, right? Yeah. And we also have Miss Cambry Nelson. What's up, Cam?
Hey, I am just reviewing all the sequence of events that's gone on today. It's a pack-filled day, actually.
Pack-filled day. A lot of emails. Colin Powell was drugged under the bus, and then he decided to drag Bill Clinton under the bus. We'll talk about that in a little second. Yeah, Bill Clinton said, no. Whatever you have in your emails, make sure you take it off Gmail because somebody can go and get it. And Colin Powell kind of threw Bill Clinton under the bus, didn't he? I thought we could take Colin Powell into war with us, but I mean, he giving up all the goods on Bill, isn't he? Hutch?
Hillary too. I mean, he really hit her hard too. But I just got to say, I'm going to show my age. I had Boogie Wonderland on a 33 1/3 LP.
And I bet you had to.
You know it.
Yeah. Well, to thank our RSBN audience that just joined in. Sorry you aren't able to listen to the intro. YouTube is screwing with the show. So some of the things that we play at the beginning of the show, they want to grab now and take it away from us. So until we can find something else, you will join us in progress going forward, if that's okay. Don't be angry, please don't be angry. But that's just, sorry about that. I really appreciate that. I mean, but I do appreciate y'all joining in and being here. Oh, that's okay. That's all right. You can say it. They didn't hear it though. They didn't hear it.
Just checking.
Yeah. I mean, I like to see YouTube get that crazy where you can't even say the song, Boogie Wonderland. Now let's see what they do now.
I've heard Wayne say crazier things. So
let me tell you something. you don't be telling our business and stuff, girl.
No, I'll hint at it though. And I'll sell the story for $500.
You're telling me cheap, ain't you? Hey, listen.
And a copyright.
Yeah. No. Listen, I got a problem with a black pastor. Yeah, I said it, and I don't care if anybody else says it, but I have a problem with a black pastor in Flint, Michigan. I'm going to start off with that right now. This person from Flint, Michigan. Oh, first off, let me say, if you're listening to the show, if you're watching us on RSBN and you haven't shared the show, we're going to know about it. The studios is going to let me know, and we're going to take away some privileges, okay? Share the show on Twitter or Facebook. Share the show. For all those in the Spreaker chat room, don't forget to hit that heart button if you like the show. If not, let us know. Let us know if we're doing something wrong so that we can kick you out of the room. Okay, so I ain't gonna kick you out of the room. We're just gonna block you. That's all. Okay. You don't be coming into my show and telling me I'm doing something wrong.
If you don't like me, you're blocked.
That's right.
You're so irredeemable.
That's right. I'm an irredeemable bigot, and
you are deplorable.
You daggone right. I'm deplorable, and I'm gonna kick you out of my deplorable room if you don't like what we got to say. Now, look, I'm gonna tell you what I tell my kids. We got a problem.
No.
I do. I tell my kids, we got a problem. Really? No. I said, do that. Do we have a problem? Is there a problem that I need to know about? No? Okay, well, get to doing it. So I tell my kids, get to doing it. I'm going to tell y'all, get to stepping. All right, so, so back on this black pastor in Flint. Now, look, I'm not racist. You can say whatever you want to say. But this black pastor set up Donald Trump tonight. I was reading Todd Starnes before I came on, and I'm gonna read this to y'all, and then I want y'all to let me know what y'all think about this. The minister of a Methodist church made national headlines after she scolded Donald Trump for injecting politics into a campaign stop. The Reverend Faith Green Timmons came on stage. How many of y'all saw that video?
I did not.
Okay.
I saw it.
Okay. It happened. Let me see if I have it. I might even have it. The Reverend Faith Green Timmons came on stage and stopped Trump in the middle of his remarks at the Bethel United Methodist Church. Let me see. Do I have you? I think I have you. Yeah, I do. Hold on. Here it is.
Hillary failed on the economy, just like she's failed on foreign policy. Everything she touched didn't work out. Nothing. Now Hillary Clinton.
Mr. Trump, I invited you here to thank us for what we've done in Flint,
Okay.
not
Okay.
to give a political speech.
Okay, that's good. And I'm going to go back onto Flint. Okay. Flint's pain is a result of so many different failures, and I must say that no, I never would. And frankly, Time magazine.
Okay. Now, did y'all hear that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
She told him to stay focused on the water crisis and not Hillary Clinton. Now, I'm reading from Todd Starnes right now. Let's see. I invited you here to thank us for what we've done in Flint, not give a political speech, the Reverend told Mr. Trump. Trump graciously complied with her demand, but it appears the church pastor may have all been a big setup. Consider the screen grab from the minister's Facebook page, and I'm going to read what she said. Today is our day. We have our chance to show Donald Trump that his nation is filled with intelligent, wise black citizens of integrity, many of whom live right in Flint, Michigan. What he will see is how we are braving a man-made catastrophe. He will not use us. We will educate him. Now, Todd Starnes went on to say, Mr. Trump also showed great restraint and class as he complied with her request, and he deserves credit for at least trying to start a dialogue. And the last sentence for Todd Starnes' article. I wonder if Reverend Timmons educated President Obama like she did Mr. Trump. And there's a picture of Timmons shaking hands with Barack Hussein Obama. That's why I'm not happy. I'm not happy that it seems like there was a trap. There was a trap set. And but again, like Todd said, Mr. Trump did exactly graciously. He didn't have an attitude. He complied. But this woman is going to be on some news, especially CNN. She's probably going to be a contributor on CNN after all this is over. What do y'all think about what you just heard, Hutch?
Well, I mean, you put it in context, and you look at the mayor of Flint, who is in Washington, D.C., trying to get federal funds, and told Trump he wasn't allowed to go to the water purification plant. Now, here, what other person would you want if you're from Flint, Michigan, than a guy that knows how to build things to fix your water program? I mean, if you go back to what you read, Wayne, the very first sentence of what you read made me laugh. How dare he come and inject politics into a campaign stop? Now, what kind of sense does that make? What else is a campaign stop if it's not politics? We have a presidential election coming up, and this is part of the campaign. I mean, I don't know. I think it was a setup too. And you can almost expect that for a city like Flint.
How about you, Angel?
Sorry, I had a little technical difficulty. I'm going to be the contrarian here. And I just don't want to get involved in political hysteria because I feel like that's what this story is. I feel like whoever was advising Trump on the stop should have said in a religious forum, don't go hard against your opponent because it does border on illegal, just like I brought up the last time I was on your show. It borders on illegal. Politics are not allowed in a church. You can't promote politics inside a church. You can't hand out flyers. You can't go political inside a church.
If you are a Republican, you can't.
No, you can't at all, period, the end, but Democrats can get away with it. Now, I'm just a person who really likes abiding by the law, right? We don't want the state stepping into churches, and this is exactly what's happening now. Donald Trump can go in on his own fruition and say, I'm here to hear you. I'm here to hear you. And he quickly did an about-face and understood that that's what this was about. I mean, he corrected himself. He said, you know what, you're right. You're right. Was he set up? No, I doubt it. But the thing is he's walking into Flint, Michigan. I mean, these people aren't fans of Republicans, but they still welcomed him. And so he was in a delicate situation where, and at that point, he couldn't turn it around, right? Because everybody loves Barack Obama there. Everybody loves the Democrat Party, even though the Democrat Party did this to Flint, Michigan. Even though the powers that be did this to Flint. The thing is like you can't go hard because people will come hard back at you. I mean, it's like hitting the water, pardon the pun. If you dive in nice and smooth, it's not going to hurt you.
How about you, Cam?
Well, I mean, I honestly thought him going into Flint today, I did not think he was going to say anything political. I really didn't. I thought, knowing that he's going into a Democratic area, don't bring up anything against the Democrats. This is a sensitive matter. I've heard them say they don't want to politicize this. And I really thought he wouldn't. I'm with Angel kind of on this one, that I would think that they would probably tell him, if this is about concern against the people, go in and find a solution to it, but don't criticize. Don't go in and give any of the Democrats a reason to come in and criticize you walking into the lion's den of the Democratic Party, especially with the mayor, like she said. Now, is this something that Hillary Clinton can do? Yes. Did she? Yes. She talked at, the House of Prayer Missionary Baptist Church. Let's go back to January 2nd. There was, correct me if I'm wrong, they did a complete forum in Flint, Michigan, about how they were going to fix this system. It was a debate between Bernie Sanders and Hillary Clinton. So they politicized this. So when I saw him going there, I thought, oh my gosh, this is great. They're going to see the heart and they're going to see the soul of Donald Trump. He's not going to say anything about Hillary Clinton because it's a Democratic area. Keep it about the people and off of politics, even though Hillary Clinton and the Democrats did a forum in the primaries with both Hillary and both Hillary and Bernie Sanders did a whole speech. So, I mean, yeah, if we want to say separate it and it's illegal, well, then Hillary spoke at a church for 2 hours. So what she did was absolutely illegal. But it really caught me off guard when politics were actually thrown into it, because I was under the impression it was just a visit to see what was happening in Flint.
Okay,
I did not think. Does that make sense?
Look, I understand, because it must be the boys versus the girls right now, but I understand what y'all are saying. But when I go to the Facebook page, and I forgot to say, he will not use us. That's all in caps. We, in caps, will, in lower caps, I mean in lowercase, educate him is in uppercase with 4 exclamation points. What is that? Now that was before Trump got there. What? I mean,
you're giving her more. You're giving her more credit and airtime than this female pastor deserves. I mean, she's a pastor in a poor area that's being screwed over by the government, and it's kind of like getting angry at
their choosing.
Homeless pit bull trying to bite your hand when you go to feed it.
Of their choosing, though. Because I mean, you have somebody coming in there right now. Now, in a way, I agree with you, Cam, because he didn't do that at the other Michigan church. He just went in there and,
well, I mean,
and
to
talked to
me,
him.
I would be like, okay, if this lady's making this type of statement, that's letting you know what you're walking into.
Right.
Don't say anything because they already gave the preface of what he's walking into. So if I was in campaign, I'd say that right there is alarming. Keep politics away from this. Don't walk into a situation. That was like a warning, and it was not caught. And
It was a failure of his advisors.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I just did not think.
I can agree with that. I can agree with that it was a failure of his people. Okay.
Yeah, I know. And I know you're going after the response of the pastor, but at the end of the day, this pastor is acting exactly as we expect her to.
Got an Autobot.
And he had a wonderful opportunity to win this small community church over, but it just went wrong. It just went wrong, and her reaction is exactly as it would be. Is she going to be on MSNBC now? Probably.
Oh,
Is she
she's
going to be on
CNN
CNN now?
Oh,
Probably.
yeah.
But luckily,
Oh, yeah.
nobody watches those channels, so who cares?
Well, if I could just add something historically to put this in perspective, the whole idea of taking politics out of the church started in 1948 when Lyndon Johnson was elected to the Senate, and there was a whole lot of corruption behind it, and the pastors were coming out saying, whoa, this was not a fair election. And he added an amendment in 1954, I think, 54, to make this, to take the tax exempt status away from churches if they ever said anything political in the pulpit. Now, prior to that, prior to 1954, politics was centered in the churches. Politics has always been in the churches from the American Revolution, and before it, they caused the American Revolution.
There is a difference, though. The politics is a loose term because it's campaigning that's illegal. For example, the Catholic Church can say from the pulpit all day long abortion is wrong, it's a sin. They can say all day long that gay marriage is not recognized in the Catholic Church. Now, some people would agree that that is political talk, but it is not. It is the core values of the church, and they are as much a part of the political process as anybody else is. But campaigning in a church, you can't do. You can't say we support this name or that name.
But I'm just saying the reason why it's like that.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
That's all I'm trying to say.
Right. So to invite a candidate in is wrong for the pastor to do, and I'm sure she didn't know. And I'm sure Hillary's done it 1,000 times, and Bill Clinton's done it, and Obama's done it.
Yeah, one thing Hillary didn't do in that church, and I caught this when I was looking it over after, is she didn't go after Donald Trump.
Right.
She didn't?
She wasn't campaigning.
She was not campaigning.
Right, exactly.
She was even though she did it. See,
Right.
This is the thing. She's smart. She knows what she can and she cannot say.
Right.
She knows how far she can push the line.
Right.
She was talking about the problems and how, Congress should have done this. And this has been going on for 2 years in Congress, but she didn't go after her opponents. She used a different platform with Bernie Sanders to use this as a political campaign. But when she stepped into the church, she did not go after Bernie Sanders and she did not go after Donald Trump. So they know how to go in and push a message without pushing a message. Does that make sense?
Trump could have done the same thing. Trump could have gone to that church. This is where it's on his advisors. And it's also on the pastor to correct him. Hey, you're breaking the law here. Please, refrain from politics when you're talking from the pulpit, that sort of thing. The issue is if Trump had gone up there with the proper advisement.
I just think that it was a premeditated type of hit on him.
I honestly think there is time.
She was waiting for the time to jump in because he had did everything right up until that point, but she was waiting for a job to jump in, and then she jumped in. Now,
I would have jumped in too, though. And I have no disrespect for
I would
Donald
have kicked you
Trump,
out of my church.
and I could never be.
I would have.
I could never be a member of the clergy in my church, but if I were in a church and Donald Trump was speaking, I would have stood up and said,
I would have been like, you don't come up. Look, you asked me to your church. You ain't going to be coming up here embarrassing me, interrupting
she
what
was
I got to
protecting
say.
you from breaking the law.
I say strip HR 2357, strip that amendment, and put the First Amendment back in the church.
There you go. As a matter of fact, Trump said he was going to do that. You remember? I
absolutely remember.
Trump said he was going to do it. So
it's a bad law.
Yeah, it's a bad law.
Speaking of that, since we're all bringing it up, can I just bring up how Obama's Commission on Civil Rights released a quote from lifezet.com, a report that says that lays the groundwork for legal persecution of Christians in America. So basically, the report is entitled Peaceful Coexistence, Reconciling Non-Discrimination Principles with Civil Liberties. And it says there is a fairly significant effort to suppress or subordinate religious practices and religious beliefs in service of a broader agenda. And that's from the president's commission on it. They are saying that religious liberty and religious freedom remain code words for discrimination, intolerance, racism, sexism, homophobia, Islamophobia, and Christian supremacy, or any form of intolerance.
Who said that?
This was Martin Castro, chairman of the commission, in a statement included with the report. So basically, I mean, I hate to, now I'm about to get hysterical myself because this is treason.
Yeah.
This is violating the First Amendment in every way, shape, and form to actually target a religion and say that because it doesn't fit with the agenda of the administration, it is in the wrong.
Hey, Kathy, how are you?
I'm good.
Go ahead, Kathy.
Oh, okay. You just caught me off guard. I'm with you, Wayne. I think she was extremely rude, the pastor. There's a way to handle all those things, and just to sit there, he's not going to be there a long time and just sit there. But I think
she could have waited. She could have waited until he was finished, right? Well,
exactly.
I mean, now, granted, if he would have extended his comments to about an hour or something, probably not. But
right,
she probably could have talked to him. Well, you shouldn't have done that. And, I mean, if there's anything that you can say to the media to let them know that you kind of overstretched yourself, I'm sure Trump probably would have did it. But for me, it's a black church. Believe me,
I grew up in a black church.
Thank you very much. I know what happened. I know what she did. I know what she did. But, yeah, okay.
Just
all right.
Stepped up and...
Yeah.
And then also the audience seemed to start getting to be ravelish.
Yeah, I saw that too. Mm-hmm. I mean, it was almost like the stroke of a match, because when she did that, then you heard all those other voices start to speak up, to interrupt him. But he finished what he was saying, and then he walked off. And
he handled it very well.
Oh yeah.
And then in Canton, he said, I don't care what I have to do to try to get a vote, and I don't care how they treat me. Mm-hmm. Which is like, I got to do this. I am not used to taking anything less than achieving the goal that I set out to get.
Right.
So I applaud him and his stamina.
Right.
I don't know any of those 17 candidates could take what Trump has been taking. I promise you.
Yeah. All right, bro. Thank you, Kathy. Thank you, dear. Now, I didn't say nothing about Hillary Clinton having chlamydia, and I'm not going to talk about that. But you can check out my video on Facebook about that, because she's a basket of diseases. So
isn't she dead? I thought she was dead.
Hey, look, that cocaine is holding her up. I'm telling you.
Why are we still talking about Hillary? She's dead.
She's back
Bernie's
tomorrow
coming to save us all.
look, she's back tomorrow. Yeah, her and all of her evil glory. She's back on the campaign trail tomorrow, and she thinks she's gonna just jump right out there and go to town. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Well, this is Max Deplorable, and calling from Wyoming.
Nice.
Wait a minute, Max. I got to get my laugh on first. Okay, go ahead.
All right. Listen, I was listening to what you're saying. Was the church rented for the event?
You mean didn't?
It was rented for the event.
Was it
all
rented
of
like
the
a hall?
illegalities are gone.
Okay, all
The
right.
venue at that point.
Right. Well, I mean, it looked like it was in the side of the church. They had a whole lot of that water in the back. So
I understand that, but was it being used as a service?
No, it didn't look like a service.
If it wasn't being used as service, if it was rented as a venue, there is no illegality for any type of event.
Well, look, Max, I think me and you should go up to Michigan and kick some ass. What do you think?
I agree.
All right, then. I'll call you right after the show. Thank you for your call, man.
Well, there definitely needs to be some ass kicking in Flint anyway. I mean,
Yeah, man. But I ain't drinking no water. I ain't drinking no water.
Well, I'll tell you, he said something good there. He said, we used to make cars in Flint, Michigan, and you couldn't drink the water in Mexico. Now it's all backwards.
where's Erin Brockovich when you need her? Seriously.
You know what? Let's talk about that in just right after this next caller. Caller, what's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, this is Lawrence in Mill Creek, Washington.
Hey, Lawrence, how you doing?
Good, sir. I really enjoy your show. I really enjoy it.
Well, thank you, Lawrence. I appreciate you calling in.
You guys are spot on.
Well, thank you.
Well, thank you.
What do you want to talk about real quick, Lawrence? You already
real quick.
You already found a way to my heart. So go ahead and get your talk on.
I'm sorry if I jumped ahead of someone else.
Oh no! Go ahead, Lawrence. You got it.
The incident in the church this morning. I think before you can actually discuss it, you should also watch the Clinton, his rally in Canton, Ohio.
Yeah,
I didn't mean Clinton, in Canton, Ohio, because I think you got ahead of the curve. He tactfully approached it there. He knew it was going to be discussion, I think, on places like CNN, MSNBC, and he addressed it multiple times during his speech in Canton, where he said, not everyone's going to agree with him.
Mm-hmm.
But even at that, he's still fighting for them. He's completely supporting them. He's going to be a fighter for them.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think he got ahead of the curve on any discussion about that, what occurred at the church. And also, he mentioned multiple times at Canton about the infrastructure, the water infrastructure, in his visit to the water plant.
Mm-hmm.
And he referenced the amount. Then when he went to speaking about the refugees from Syria, I think he uttered a dollar figure, something like $440 billion. He says for that $440 billion, we could have rebuilt our infrastructure in the U.S. at least 2 times over.
Right,
we could have rebuilt our water infrastructure.
Okay.
So he kept referencing that.
All right.
And I have a couple other points real quick before we go.
Okay. All right, Lawrence, real quick, go.
When he speaks about jobs leaving the country,
Mm-hmm.
and he talks about the lost jobs with the company,
Yep.
I wished he would also reference, I read somewhere once where when a company shuts down, the impact is actually 10 times that impact because of all the other companies that depend on that company, such as barbershops, grocery stores, etc. I wished he would make reference like that it's not just impacting the employees at that company that leave.
Okay. Well, hey, Lawrence, thank you, man. Thank you for calling in. I appreciate it. Don't let this be the last time you called in, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you. All right. You did a little Wayne Dupree there, right there.
I'll tell you what, that was
I did that to Mark Levin one time. Hey, man, you the greatest. And I stayed on for about 10 minutes. I did. I sure did.
You'll get another thing. And you know what? Another thing. I got one more thing I want to say.
I did. I really did.
Just hold on. I'll tell you what, though, that rally was something else. I don't know if you guys caught it in Canton, but I'm usually immune to like emotion and stuff when I'm watching this kind of thing.
Did you cry?
He got my heartstring, man. He
Did
started talking. He said, "We're going to put new American steel back in the spine of this country," and I was like, "Oh, Tito, can I get a tissue?" I'm from Pittsburgh, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah,
that warmed my heart when he said that.
Still country, baby. Still country. Ladies and gentlemen, listen. You know what? I have got to do something. I have been meaning to do it for a while, and I've got to do something. What time is it? 8:34. Okay. I want to give a shout out to Pamela and Chris. I want to give a shout out to both of them. They're in South Carolina right now. Thank you for all that you do. Thank you for your support. Thank you for everything. That's a little inside thing going on, but thank you, Chris and Pamela, for everything that you do. God bless you both. Bill Clinton messed up. Now,
no.
Yeah. Walk with me on this little walk, people.
Don't overheat.
On Friday, Hillary Clinton was diagnosed with pneumonia on Friday. Where did she go, Cam? To
Chelsea's apartment.
Chelsea's
No.
old
No.
age
No.
medical
On
facility.
On Friday, she was at the Barbara Streisand.
Barbara Streisand, right? Okay. So on Friday, she was on the plane and she went to Barbara Streisand with pneumonia. Then on Sunday morning, bobblehead candidate, shaking at the curb, doing the hokey pokey, collapsed, and
Hard.
I should leave my mic unmuted.
because she overheated is what they're saying. Because she overheated.
Maybe they meant she overeated.
Yeah, well,
She's been doing that.
you know. Hey, listen, you probably will overheat if you pee in your Pampers. You might overheat. Okay, so she overheated, and then they drug her away where nobody could follow her.
I see what you did there.
Drag. Yeah. You like that, don't you? They drug her away for about 90 minutes before they even told the press, "Hey, we're gone." You know, so
She's dead.
and then come to find out that she has pneumonia. And now Bill Clinton is saying this.
Look, I'm glad to have a chance to stand in for Hillary today. She did it for me for a long time. It's about time I showed up and did it for her. But I just talked to her. She's feeling great, and I think she'll be back out there tomorrow. So it's a crazy time we live in, when people think there's something unusual about getting the flu. Last time I checked, millions of people were getting it every year.
Now's the flu.
Man, he thought she had the flu.
Now's the flu.
Well, he hasn't seen her in 3 weeks.
Informed him of that, yeah.
Well, he hasn't seen her in 3 weeks. That's regular, though. I mean,
Didn't he get like a message? I thought I read somewhere that an inside source said that Huma had to email Bill and say, "Can you please step up as a husband because Hillary's down."
Oh my goodness.
Man down, I repeat, man down.
I'm a wiener.
I mean, he's with the bimbos like
He's
Colin Powell.
He really does.
Colin Powell's been,
I didn't know
he's
Colin
with the
talked
bimbos.
like that.
Yeah, I didn't either. Look at those emails. Yeah,
And
We
what's
can't
funny
say it
is-
on the air. We can't say it on the air, but you'll read it. He's been stumping with bimbos.
I'm just so glad that my parents didn't name me Colin.
Hey, in Irish culture, it's pronounced Colin, so I don't know
but
why.
He does look
He's a
like
brother,
a nice
though.
Irish boy, doesn't he?
he's a brother. What you say, Cam?
No, I mean, well, he was talking to Condoleezza Rice, and actually, in one of those type of conversations. But
Was that to Condoleezza Rice?
I'm not sure if I wasn't that one. It was one of his
okay.
buddies, I think. The other one went to Condoleezza Rice.
Yes.
His partner Leeds. Guys
Yeah,
works
it was
Leeds.
different. But it's funny. He talked about Hillary having the flu, and I won't get on this whole medical records things because I think it's a joke on both sides, to be quite honest with you. But when I saw the release today, I come from medicine. I went to school. I studied medical law and ethics. Medical records to me apparently is different than medical records to Hillary Clinton. Now I guess her medical records are based upon the flu, so she doesn't have medical records prior to last Friday. So she's got a 4-day medical records. So I'm just like, after today, hearing what Clinton said about having the flu, I'm thinking, where is this all going with the medical history
Well, Cam, did
of
you
the
hear?
candidate?
Did
I
you
mean-
hear?
I mean, are you surprised? I mean, look at the way she handled national security files, never mind her own health files. I mean,
Well, it's just funny because they're like, Trump needs to release his medical records. Your medical records aren't from one case of pneumonia. Your medical records are procedures, ailments, medications that go back, everything, your history of your medical, like John McCain did, 1,000 pages he published of his history. And now she has released her medical records. And this is what's funny. She released her medical records, so she thinks Donald Trump should release his medical records. What, does he need to get sick now? So his doctor can say, yesterday Donald Trump had the flu and today this is his prognosis?
Well,
I mean, like, this is how ridiculous it looks at in the media right now.
hey, Carla, what's your name? Where are you calling from?
My name is Samantha Reed,
Hi, Samantha.
and I'm calling from Arkansas.
Hi. Go ahead, darling.
Okay. What makes me sick about this woman, so-called pastor, quote pastor, is that women are completely forbidden in the Bible to even be pastors. And she's complaining about the law not being obeyed. Well, how about she learn to read her Bible, obey it, sit down, shut up, obey God's law, and then maybe she can talk about other people being in breach of any kind of law.
That's right.
I mean,
That's right.
it's completely hypocritical.
You know what? And thank you for your call, Samantha. You know, Pastor Scott talked about that. Pastor Scott talked about that on his Twitter account. I hope many of you do know that there are apostolic members, millions of them across America, that don't believe in women leaders. Period.
Well, it's a Christian tradition that's been.
They
held
are
for
not going to vote for.
years.
They are not going to vote for a woman, and they aren't. And a woman in a leadership role in a church. So that's what Samantha was just talking about just a while ago, and she and the chat room
lit up.
Did it really?
Yeah, well, I mean, and that's just it too, Wayne, is like in the Christian world, those churches with female pastors, we know which side politically they fall on. You know what I mean? Like any church with a female pastor, automatically a liberal faith. Automatically liberal.
Yeah. I had to leave the Episcopal faith because of that. I had to leave a faith because of that.
Right. And a lot of followers of Christ had to. I mean, a lot of churches have opened the doors to female pastors, but women are meant for different roles in the church, period. And we're not going to get into the theological debate on the show tonight.
Kitchen in the bedroom. No, I'm playing.
Amongst all of the thousands of denominations, it is just known that for 2,000 years, this has been a tradition that has been warmly held by both men and women. And on the left side of
Wait a minute. Whoa. Say that again.
Wait, you want me to repeat the entire thing I just said?
No, just your last sentence. For 1,000 years, what?
For over 2,000 years, this has been a tradition that's been warmly held by the Christ's followers.
What?
Male pastors.
Oh.
Male leaders in the church.
Yeah. And that's not to be mistaken that women have no power. They have all kinds of power.
Exactly. There's nothing misogynistic about that tradition, period. The end. And like I said, it's not meant for... I don't want to open up debate, and I was afraid that Samantha might have opened that door. But Wayne and his comments that you guys can't read right now, if I could slap you. But in the Christian world, on the hard left side of things, that's where you're finding the female pastors popping up, and they're more about the feminism liberation theory than anything else. And it's
destroying the culture is basically
right. Exactly. They want their abortion, they want their birth control, their gay marriage, and yada yada yada. And so it's just
Cam got a little dark side.
Oh my gosh. You need to go to church.
Cam, I don't know what church you belong to, but
that's Hawaiian right there.
I need a membership to that one.
That's called Southern Baptist, baby.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, if you only knew.
Obviously.
Yeah, sorry about that, ladies.
Southern Baptist roots coming out.
I got a question that the caller called in when we were talking about it. Cam, you said about the medical thing, if you don't mind, Wayne. Now, her doctor came out with a statement today.
Who?
Hillary Clinton.
She ain't got no doctor.
And said that she only had a very, very mild case of walking around pneumonia.
Yeah.
And because Cam has all the experience, I just wanted to know what is the name of the strain of the very mild walking around pneumonia that gives you an uncontrollable cough for 11 months.
Chlamydia.
I mean, she's been coughing. She's on tape coughing for almost a year.
I'm sorry. I'm playing. It's syphilis.
Right. Well, you know, that it's probably luggage, man. It's probably herpes, but it's down in the throat.
Herpes, yeah. Man, yeah. No. I saw that lip.
She has something.
Go ahead, Cam. He was asking you.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah. You call me. I'm here.
I
do that. I do that with. I do that with anybody.
Name in a second.
Okay.
I think
playing
pneumonia
prison
is
rules,
pretty
aren't
much is easy for her due to the fact that she had the hacking going on, and they can actually correlate it to possible, issues with her bronchial stems at the beginning of the week, but I think it was honestly a cop out. I think what her doctor said today was like a return to work note is what I felt like today was.
Yeah.
I believe that was a blanket statement covering up the ailment, why she's having any sort of
she was
upper
coughing
respiratory.
9 months ago.
That's why I'm saying this is an upper respiratory issue that's actually linked to other things that are going on for her. So as a blanket statement, they used pneumonia to come out and cover it up, because anybody, like they're saying now, well, if you listen to her cough on the campaign trail, then she was coughing and you could hear it in her bronchial stems. I mean, this is the perfect cover up.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I can't wait to see her tomorrow.
Look, I don't care when she come back. She could have came back yesterday. She's still gonna get her ass whooped in November. So
you know what I find very interesting is that Bill Clinton said it, and the media has been harping on the word temporary a lot.
Really?
Temporarily ill. They want to remind you that it's only temporary now. Now, when somebody coughs or sneezes, we don't automatically think they're dying of emphysema, right? So why is the media so quick to preempt everything with she's temporarily sick? This is temporary. Very temporary. She's been temporarily ill. And even Bill Clinton said it. Jeez, I mean, temporarily sick with the flu. Like, why wouldn't you just say sick with the flu? If you have to keep conning us into believing it's temporary, then obviously it's not.
The meme for the entire Fox News panel from 2 hours was, both of these candidates are disliked. Nobody likes either one of these candidates.
Keep saying that.
And then I flip over to Canton, and I see people going nuts.
Yeah. They just don't ask the right people. That's just their talking points. But let me play something for you let me play something for all three of y'all that I heard tonight. And it's going to shock you probably, but it might not because it's a liberal news station. But the way that this interviewer went after Sarah Huckabee, which is Mike Huckabee's daughter. I don't know if y'all seen it yet, but I'm getting ready to play it.
Okay, and the reaction to the Colin Powell saying that these emails that were hacked and released, not by him, but the reference that he is a national disgrace, making references to the fact that Donald Trump was a birther and that he feels that this is really something to be shameful for. How does the campaign respond to that?
Look, I think Colin Powell, he's got a lot of things that came out in those emails, including saying that everything Hillary Clinton touches, she screws up. I think that's a terrible statement of somebody that wants to be commander-in-chief, that sets the tone for national security, for the economy, that everything they touch, they screw up. I think that's a damaging thing for her. And, I certainly disagree with Colin Powell on his assessment of Donald Trump. And I think the tens
apologize
of
in any way
millions
for the birther stuff? I mean, should he make any reference to
Has Hillary Clinton apologized? Her campaign is the one that originated that in 2008.
That's not true. That's just factually not true. Their campaign did not originate that. Her campaign did not ask for a birth certificate. They did not.
They certainly pushed that story.
They did not ask to see a birth certificate. They didn't question if he was a natural-born citizen. They didn't do any of that stuff. Donald Trump actually said, I sent investigators to Hawaii, and what they found is shocking. I'm going to reveal all of that. He revealed nothing. And so that narrative of trying to shame President Obama, our first African-American president, into somehow being unfit or foreign. I mean, he even birthered Ted Cruz during the primary, which your dad was a part of. So don't you think that there's some there to apologize for?
Look, I think that issue's been put to rest. I don't think anyone disputes that Barack Obama is a U.S. citizen born on American soil. And again, I'm going to have to agree to disagree with you, because I do think that Hillary Clinton's campaign in 2008 certainly helped push that message, and we haven't heard her apologize for that. And I don't understand why nobody's asking her for her apology on that same topic.
There is no factual evidence that ties her campaign to that.
We'll get that
to you. And if you emailed me something, I'd love to have it. But I love.
Here is my look, and then I'm going to turn it over to y'all, because I want to hear from 3 points of view. I'm going to start off with you, Cam, but Sarah Huckabee, if you are going to say that, and we all believe it, we all know it to be factual truth, but if you are going to say it, either have it on a piece of paper or have it there with you so that you can put it in his face from now on. Any surrogate, because they're going to be throwing this and the David Duke thing and the taxes thing in your face. You get it on a piece of paper, you shove it in their face and say, here is the proof. The Washington Post, Breitbart, they all talked about it. Here are the names that are included with it from the Clinton campaign. Just don't sit there and say, okay, well, I'll email it to you. Because basically what this exchange to me is, I saw this hostile interviewer, I call him hostile, basically try to win over this conversation, knowing that she probably didn't have any proof to back her up. Or now it would have been great if she would have came out and said the links and the news source, but she didn't. Cam?
Well, we all know basically that it was her supporters that actually started all of this.
Right.
And that is something that, that's something that they're going to have to really get concrete information. I mean, if we want to be completely factual and say Hillary Clinton did not start it, Hillary Clinton did not start it. Her actual supporters started the birther movement.
Right.
And once her supporters started the birther movement, whether or not she said something or didn't say something, her supporters started the birther movement. And then what happened is Donald Trump probably, what he did, he commented on it, he challenged it, and now they're bringing it back on him. So, for them to use that tactic and say Hillary Clinton didn't start it, I mean, they could really, they really have a point there. I mean, I'm not going to say that they don't, because we have to be factual. I'm not going to sit here and lie and say she did something she didn't do. But even though they started it, because this is, you have to realize, it does not matter if Hillary Clinton commented on it. The fact that they're trying to make is she did not start it. Not she did not comment on it after. She didn't start it. So the supporters are what started it. So you can say, hey, the supporters are what started it. Hillary Clinton commented on it, but they are the ones that started it.
Angel.
So why are you not commenting on what Hillary said after her supporters said something? So,
Angel, Angel, what do you think?
I mean, the news has actually preemptively, and by the news I mean left-leaning media, has been trying to shore up against this for the past few months now.
Right.
Because there's an article on Breitbart actually that goes back and reminds you of it was a memo written by Hillary's campaign advisor in March 2007 that suggests that this is how we'll win against Barack Obama, and implied to start the birther movement.
Right.
And that's where it all came from. That's where it all started. Nobody would have questioned Barack Obama's originality, where he came from, if it hadn't been Hillary going, we do want an American-born president, don't we? That's exactly what the memo said. They are implying that Hillary was American-born, and at that time, by the way, Trump was a Hillary supporter. You know what I mean? So what's wrong with somebody taking what's wrong with somebody?
No, he wasn't.
All right, you need to say that. But what's wrong with somebody in business who is with a candidate that he has fundraised for and supported to turn around and say, she's got a point there. She's right. And I'm not going to stop until I figure out who the heck this guy is, this commander-in-chief that's throwing our economy down the toilet and killing jobs. I mean, it's not, and what bugs me about the McCain thing is she pedaled back a bit and said, no one disagrees that Barack Obama is a natural-born citizen. No, we actually pulled his birth certificate apart.
I know I did.
And the thing is like, my whole opinion is, in order to run for president, you should go through the same stringent process you have to go through to join the military. You should be able to produce that birth certificate before you even get your name on a ballot, period. And none of them have to, right? It's just, I feel like running. Okay, you're cool. But that's an argument for another day. The fact of the matter is, of course, the left-wing media is going to smack McCain down. Right. And then McCain wouldn't hold her ground. You know what I mean? She still has to say one more time, Hillary Clinton started it. And it is true. And you're right, Wayne. If she's going to say something like that, you better have the facts to back it up.
You got to have the facts.
You better have those facts to back it up, because you're going on a left-wing news source and trashing their candidate.
So let's talk about the facts. The Telegraph, a British newspaper, back in 2008, stated an anonymous email circulated by supporters of Mrs. Clinton, Mr. Obama's main rival for the party's nomination, thrust a new allegation into the national spotlight that he had not been born in Hawaii.
Boom.
That's where it started.
Okay,
Drop the
Right, in
microphone.
2008.
let me also go back to Donald Trump supporting Hillary Clinton, because he supported Mitt Romney. As a matter of fact, he endorsed Mitt Romney. In 2007, he endorsed and supported John McCain and Sarah Palin. He did not support Hillary Clinton running at
I'm
either
talking about
time.
New York Senate, though. It doesn't matter. They were friends, but New York Senate, it's one half of a dozen. Like, it
Well,
doesn't
you're
matter.
going to have to show me that paper. You now, okay, Sarah Huckabee, you're going to have to show me that paper.
At the
I'm
end
gonna
of
have
the
to see
day,
that.
Wayne, you can't deny that Trump once upon a time was a Democrat, like you, like me.
He's been-
can't deny
he's been-
that. You can't
He's been a
whitewash
Republican
history.
since the late 80s, though. He has been a registered Republican, and the paper will show you that since the late 80s. It says 88 or 89. Now, before that, hey, he, whatever. But the paper shows that he's been voting, or he's been registered as a Republican since the late 80s.
Okay.
Yeah. So. I just look.
Still held fundraisers.
Hey,
Still was friends
business,
with them.
Hey, you
Like,
got
you
in
know what I mean,
business.
Wayne?
In
We
business,
can't. That's why politics gets so ugly. Is one side is saying absolutely not ever, and the other
well,
side is
in
saying
business,
absolutely not ever.
you
And
definitely
both
have to
candidates
get
aren't
along
black
with
and
everybody, though. In business, if you want to be successful, you do
know,
have to
thank
get
you, Wayne
along.
Trump, but the point goes beyond that.
Oh, yeah,
the point goes beyond that. Is that
name me
Trump at
Donald
the time
Dupree if
didn't
you
hate
want to.
Hillary.
You can
Trump
name.
at the time didn't hate her.
Well, I mean, he don't hate her now. He was wishing her back on the campaign trail. Come on, get your old ass back on the trail.
No, I mean, in business, I'm a business owner, and I work with people that I don't necessarily want to spend quality time for, but it's business. It's not political. It's business. And that's Donald Trump. That's the mindset of Donald Trump. I mean, I've read all of his books. It's my industry. Donald Trump is, when you have business, you have business. I have friends that I don't see politically. We don't mesh politically whatsoever, but I still work with them because it's about the business.
And now
that's
he's
how Donald Trump is.
Now
I
he's
mean,
going to make America his business,
absolutely.
and our well-being his business.
We're going way off the point. I mean, it was a very simple point that Wayne just had to get his panties in a twist about.
Oh,
the point
really?
was
Okay,
is that
all right,
somewhere
all right.
the truth lies, and so what if Hillary and Trump were
Just
once
show
upon
me.
a time
Just
on
show
the same
me.
side?
Just give me papers that show that Donald Trump gave and supported to Hillary's campaign. Okay. That's all. I mean, Senate campaign, because I know he didn't do it for no presidential campaign, and I know like a whole. No, I'm not putting you in this category, but I know that there are some never Trumpers out there that are saying that that he backed Obama in 2008, and somebody produced a tweet that was manufactured showing that he backed Obama when he really didn't. So I mean, and
Did Twitter
again,
even exist then?
yeah. Oh, right, yeah, I know exactly, right? I mean, the tweet didn't even have his verified little blue star on it. That's how bad it was. And then Glenn Beck retweeted it, and then Glenn Beck had to come in and apologize a couple days later when he found out that it was a fake tweet.
So this is actually from, obviously, leftleaningpolitico.com. Very easy to find.
Cut it already.
But the point is that they're actually trashing Clinton for going after Trump's policies when Clinton happily took donations from him on separate occasions, 2002, 2005, 2006, and 2007.
But it didn't. But you know what? And I know exactly what you're talking about, because Ted Cruz tried.
And Trump has
Ted
been
Cruz.
generous with the
Wait, hold on.
Clinton
Wait.
$100,000.
Ted Cruz tried to bring that up too, and it didn't say that it was for. It wasn't for the campaign.
That money isn't support.
It didn't say it was for the campaign. It could have been for the foundation. It did. I mean, it was in 2007.
Oh, we're gonna run out of time, and I want to go after the foundation today too. They had that email that released from Guccifer.
For the foundation?
Yeah, the Clinton Foundation.
Okay, we'll talk about that tomorrow. I still love you, though.
No, I still love you too.
Okay. All right.
I'm just not a Trump.
I'm gonna talk about the panties though.
You all know.
I'm gonna talk about the panties when we get off. Yeah. Oh yeah. Don't think I'm gonna let you get off with that one. We're gonna talk about the panties thing. See, 'cause, I mean, I ain't going down like no punk.
Okay. Come on up, Wayne. My front door is wide open.
What?
Come
What?
on up.
What? I'll be up there. I ain't backing up. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are getting ready to roll out of here. It's been, oh man, we're a little bit over, but thank you for tuning in. Thank you for tuning in to the Wayne Dupree Show. So glad to have you with us. RSBN, love you. Spreaker, love you too. You can watch a replay of the show here on RSBN right after the show is over. Or if you are rolling, if you're driving, you can go to Spreaker.com, type in Wayne Dupree Show, and it's there too. We are taking donations for the show. Go to WayneDupree.com, and there is on the right side, you will see a donation link. Or if it's your first time or second time, a little pop-up is going to show up with the radio station channel, and there's a little donate button there that you can donate to the show. So help us out. That's all we ask. Okay, so Angel, how can people reach out to you on social media?
I'm on Facebook, Angel Fleming, 1M, and also on Twitter at Angel Fleming.
And Cam?
I'm on Twitter at Cam, KAMVTV.
Look, Terry, you wrong. You wrong for that. Terry said he's going to donate $1 million tonight. You know what?
And if Wayne runs for president, we'll accuse him of supporting you.
You know what? Go ahead. Hutch, go ahead.
SteelCityResistance.blogspot.com. Thanks, everybody. Thanks to the RSBN chat room moderator, Jacob and Joe, and everybody else. Thanks, Wayne.
My email address is wayne.dupree@rsbn.tv. Wayne.dupree@rsbn.tv. Tomorrow we'll be back on. Tomorrow's Thursday, I think. So let's get some Clinton Foundation stuff in here going on. Okay? Yeah. Let's get some Clinton Foundation stuff. And real soon we are going to be talking about Agenda 21. We told you that we're going to do it, and we're just putting all of our ducks in a row, but we're going to be talking about Agenda 21. So y'all have a great night. God bless. Thank you, Jacob. Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Mom. God bless you, everybody. We are out.
Nobody knows. Nobody.